Hello everybody, Basic Ollie here, hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to another episode of This Week on iRacing, the series that tries to give you all the information you might possibly need before it appears on the UI. Now, first and foremost, I hope you had a great Spa 24-hour, and commiserations to those that didn't make it to the end, or maybe got a meatball taken out or something along those lines. It's a brutal event, but regardless, I hope you enjoyed it. Now we're on to a new week. So it's week 5 we're heading to now on iRacing, and the first thing we're going to look at is the IMSA series. So we've got the IMSA Open, Fixed, and the Endurance. Now, some things to note about IMSA this week is that we do actually have a chance of rain's come back. It's not really made an appearance yet this season. Summer months and all that kind of stuff. I know it's not the summer across the whole of the world, but the majority of tracks are kind of in the summer months right now, so you don't really see that much rain at the moment. But that changes this week. We go to Interlagos at IMSA, and the Open has a 0% chance, Fixed has a 31% chance, and then the Endurance has a 28% chance. So we do have the Endurance this weekend, 2 hour and 40-minute IMSA Endurance. We do have that this weekend. Now, track temp, you don't have to worry about it too much, especially in the Open and the Fixed. I would say, though, in the Endurance series, you may have to worry about it a little bit. The only reason I say that is because every time I seem to race here, it is boiling hot as soon as it gets to any point midday. So even though at the moment, when you go into your lobby, it will be low 20 degrees. If you're going to do the Endurance, I wouldn't be too surprised if it gets really hot. I know it's only 2 hours and 40 minutes, but it starts at 8:30. You get into the point already where the track temp is going to start rising. By the time you finish your race, it's what, after qualifying practice, it's going to be near 11 a.m. It's going to get pretty damn hot. But I think that's all the information you need for this. Interlagos, Open, Fixed, and the Endurance are all going there. Same as usual. Chance of rain, as I've said already. This will be fairly popular. Interlagos is a track that many people have and many people enjoy, including myself. It's one of those tracks where you can pretty much race anything here, to be honest with you, and it will be a lot of fun. So, IMSA, going to Interlagos, should be pretty decent. Not a bad start to the week. Okay, then, let's move on to the next series then. Let's have a look at the GT3 stuff, shall we? So let's talk about the GT3 Sprint, the GT3 Fixed, and the GT3 Endurance. All of those series are heading to VIR, so Virginia International Raceway. Hell of a track. I do love this place. The fact it's free as well. I might even go out on a limb here and say it's actually the best free track on the service. But what's not fantastic about the situation is the temps. It is very hot, and I mean really hot. 50 degrees track temp. I've loaded into the sim a couple of times, and every time it's been at 50 degrees or just a touch bit more. So it's going to be really hot. Your tyres will suffer. It's not going to take very long for them to warm up at all in the old warm-up phase in quali, I don't think. So, yeah, do prepare yourselves for that. Because it is so warm, there is no chance of rain in any of them at all. Fixed, Open, Endurance, there's no rain. In-game sim time, I believe, is about 3:15. No, it's 3:30 in the afternoon, which explains why it is so hot. I wouldn't expect temps to drop at all. If you're doing a 3 hour, you're going to race till about 6:30, 7:15. You might drop maybe between 5 and 10 degrees track temperature, getting close to 6 p.m, but you're going to really feel it on the tyres, I will say that. And you will feel the difference in lap time from when you first started the racing endurance and when you finished, because 5-10 degrees when it's already so hot can make a big difference. 3:30 in game time. Nothing much really to say. I mean, it's GT3 cars, so participation levels will be fairly decent, and it's at a free track as well. I don't think VIR is as loved as it ought to be, especially when it is free, but it does get somewhat decent participation. Chuck in the GT3s as well. It's a win-win, to be honest with you. Good cars, good time model, so most people say, and yeah, good track. So what's there not to like? So GT3 stuff going to VIR this week should be good. Okay, up next, something different, something I've never actually seen before on this sim. And now I'm sure there are going to be a few of you that tell me that this has actually happened before, but we're actually going to race at Donington at night. Now, this is the LMP3 and GT4 series, so this is going to cover the LMP3 and GT4 multi-class series, the LMP3 Fixed, GT4 Fixed, and the Endurance series that involves the LMP3s and the GT4s. Quite a few series, but thankfully they all share the same details. So they're all going to Donington Park. They're all racing at 10 past 11 in game, so it's going to be pitch black, but it is the summer months, and I keep saying it in every week, but it's true. Therefore, you don't really have to worry about rain. There's 0% chance of rain across all series. Now, this is the full track, so it doesn't go right at the chicane. It's going to go left, and you can do that little extra section at the end, so you can do a few more corners, so lap times will be a little bit longer. Now, personally, I love Donington, and a little, I suppose, self-shout-out, I don't know what you want to call it, but I'm actually racing here at the same weekend that we are doing these races, which is pretty cool. I can't believe it. So, yeah, when this video comes out, that very week on the Wednesday, I'm going testing on the Wednesday to drive a Renault Clio and a 4K, and then I'm doing a race in a Renault Clio on the Saturday and a race in the 4K on the Sunday. The Sunday's a 5-hour endurance race, and the Saturday is a 40-minute race, but it's a multi-class race, and it's part of a championship. So, making my debut, so that'll be pretty cool. If you want to watch the race, it will be live streamed, and I'll leave a link in the description if you do want to check it out. And if I haven't put a link in there yet, just because it's not live. If not, join the Discord. There's a link in the description as well. I'll let you guys know when the race goes live and where to follow it. It'll be on YouTube and it'll be free. You can also pop down to the track as well. I think it's like 20 quid for a weekend ticket, and you can pop on down to the garage and say hello. But should be lots of fun. Anyways, now with that out of the way, as I was saying, yeah, LMP3s, GT4s, Donington Park, it's at night. Not seen it before, should be lots of fun. And the fact that the 2-hour endurance race is going here as well should be a blast. I do really like this track. And yeah, it's going to be perfect practice for me, I suppose. I guess. But yeah, anyways, right. Let's move on to the next series, shall we? Alrighty, up next, the Nürburgring Endurance Championship finally returns on iRacing. We have not seen a race since the Nürburgring 24-hour. Understandable, because it takes a lot out of you, and I don't really feel like people want to return very quickly after doing a 24-hour race there. But yes, NEC finally returns, and there's no rain to worry about it. There's no rain to worry at all after some of the mental scars that we've been left with. For some of us that actually got some rain during the Nürburgring 24-hour, there is no rain to worry about this week, boys and girls. And if you don't know what the Nürburgring Endurance Championship is, it's quite literally a championship around the Nürburgring. So it's a series that is literally just dedicated to doing races around the Nürburgring. 4-hour races, the 6-hour during the year, but 4-hour this weekend. And yeah, not really too much to tell you about this one. Same as usual. Track temp is going to be about mid-30 degrees. We'll slightly go down near the end. But yeah, there's not much really to talk about in this one. You know, the classes, GT3, GT4, P-Cup, TCR, and M2. So there's 5 classes. You only need a D license for this race and for this series, D 4.0. But yeah, it's a popular series. Many people enjoy it. You do get one fast repair, so don't forget about that. And yeah, you can do it solo or you can do it as a team. So enjoy these 4-hour, 6-hour races. This one's for you. Okay, let's have a look at a few more series, shall we? But we won't cover them in as much detail. We don't want the video to be too long. So, first of all, let's have a look at the Ringmeister series. Currently, we have the GT4s, but we've got the Super Formula Lights this week. That will be very popular indeed. If you've actually never driven the Super Formula Lights, I'd highly suggest you give this a go. They're great fun, and they've got way more downforce than you'd expect. So, really, really good fun car to drive. I don't jump in them often enough, so it takes a while for me to get back up to pace, but they are good fun. And this week for Ringmeister Super Formula Lights, yeah, it will be very popular, I think. Yeah, the series is popular anyways, but I think with the Super Formula Lights, it will blow up a little bit. Ferrari 296 Challenge, that's going to the Bend. Okay, it's going to go to the Bend. The Porsche Cup Series. Now, the Porsche Cup Series, that's going to go to Okayama. I don't know. I don't feel like that's particularly great. Tsukuba, we're having at the moment. And then the week when you're actually watching this, Okayama, not particularly great back-to-back, I've got to be honest with you. I wouldn't be too pleased if I was driving the Porsche Cup. It's the Production Car Challenge. Summit Point Raceway, that will be popular. It's a free track. And it's just a popular series at the moment. It really, really is, especially with the introduction of the 2-hour endurance series at the weekend as well. And that'll be going there as well. So that will be very, very Popular indeed. Radicals are going to Fruxton. That'll be hilarious. The TCRs, where are we going with them? Also going to Summit Point Raceway. So that might be able to help with the participation levels because the old TCRs don't get too much love. Let's have a look at the Formula Car stuff, shall we? Let's have a look at F4 at the Americas. So Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. In that being too popular, to be honest. F3 cars, Fuji. No, I don't know. Maybe I don't give Fuji enough credit. When the GT3s went there a couple of weeks ago, it's fairly popular, so maybe I just don't give them enough credit. I'm not so sure. The Region Tour Asia Pacific for the F4s, that's going to go to Motegi, a great track, and once again, just one of those tracks that doesn't really get the love it deserves. The European Tour, that's going to Helles. I have not raced that track in quite some time, but it is good. It is a good track. F4 fix going to Fruxton. That'll be hilarious. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the F4 stuff. Now we have a look at the oval stuff quickly. So let's have a look at the trucks. Where are the trucks going this week? The Worldwide Technology Raceway. That's where the trucks are going. And where are the Class A series? They're going to Dover. So they're going to go to Dover. And I think they're going to go to Dover as well. But yeah, that should pretty much cover it this week, I think, boys and girls. If I have missed anything, as always, let me know in the comments so that other people can see it as well. But so far, next week, it's one of those weeks, I just don't know. I think following up from the explosion of Spa and the 24-hour and then the sprint and the fixed or whatever during the whole week, I feel like people may just take a little bit of a break this week. So I don't think it's going to be, I just think the number's going to be a little bit low this week. I can't lie. It's going to be a little bit, maybe a bit flat. The word I'm probably looking for this one. But yeah, regardless, if you are going to take part in some races this week, I think the Falcon Tire Challenge at Donington, probably the one to do. I mean, a night race at Donington, I think will be absolutely class. I've not seen anything like that before. So, that will be my highlight. That will be my race of the week, to be honest. And yeah, I think I'm going to spend quite a bit of time there. But as always, if you've enjoyed this video and you're still enjoying this series, and I hope you are, please leave a like on the way out. If you're new, subscribe, and I shall catch you for next week's episode. Take care, boys and girls. Enjoy the rest of your day.